So I got great news. The Hammer 7, all the hardware work and stuff like that's done. I don't have it. I have a buddy at work that did some things to it that I couldn't do here in my garage, but he could. So I gave it to him. He hooked it up, and it looks sweet. Today's Thursday. I won't have it until Saturday, because I won't see him at work till Saturday. But it looks freaking sweet. It looks better than I thought it was going to look. So here's a couple clips of leading up to this point, and I guess Monday or Tuesday I'll probably have the completed video up, and that'll be my Hammer 7 build. So hope y'all enjoyed everything, and if you have any questions or anything, just hit me up. Thanks, guys. Alright, kind of late tonight and starting at 10:30, kind of a busy day, but I started hitting this a little bit with the belt sander there, and kind of knocked that down a little bit. It's real rough right now. I'll fix it with the other sander. Dremeled this down some more, so it down just like that, and you can see it's starting to get further and down in there. So it has a teetering point right there. Sorry, about right there, a little teetering point. So I'm gonna have to fix that. I still have to cut this off. So I'm going to cut that even with, so I'm going to cut that even right there. I might go up a little bit more and cut it, and that'll be it. So let me cut this off and Dremel a little bit in here, and I'll turn this thing back on. So see y'all in a little bit. Alright, so it's almost done. Almost done. The trigger's coming out really nicely. It's I'm a little nervous. It's gonna have to sit kind of like this inside of it, the front end kind of up a little bit, just because when it comes down all the way, this part that I cut off right here, I did cut it off. I wanted to keep the screw recessed a little bit, so I cut it at a little bit of an angle. So I actually cut it twice, like this and like this. So I started off cutting off a small piece like this. So once that came off, I saw I had a little bit more room, so I cut that piece off, and the screws recessed in there a little bit, which shouldn't matter because I'm gonna have to use a longer screw. I'll just cover all my stuff up so that way when I sand all the dust doesn't get all over mine and stuff. But hex screws. So some of these should go in there, and it's still using the hex heads. So use those. You can get the 106 piece from Harbor Freight, and that's where I go to get some of my screws and bolts and stuff. As you see, I took this way down. So I have to take it down a little bit more. You see it hits right there. So I'm gonna Dremel a little bit while y'all watch, while y'all see kind of what goes on with it. good bit that I took off of it. Just want to try to take things slow, so that way we're not overdoing it. Still catching somewhere. As you have to see right here, it's not touching anymore, but I'm going to need to drill this back some more, so that way the remote line could come in. If I think this is going to be a little weak, I went to Home Depot and bought a lag bolt. I'll pre-drill it and possibly take it in there that way. Not exactly sure. Might be able to go that way. I don't know, I'll have to check it out. Also, I went and bought some of these. They're pipe straps, so that way you strap them on a board or something like that. They're pretty cheap. You get a whole bag of them. What I did was, my vise has a little flat spot on it as an anvil, and I took and straightened it out. I think I straightened it out too much because I took the curve away from it. You see how this got that little curve? What I'm going to do is put it right in here. I don't care if I scratch the barrel. I mean, it's whatever. It is what it is. It's a barrel. It's going to get scratched in the woods, and if I drop it or whatnot, so it's no big deal. So I'm going to put it on possibly right there, so that way it kind of keeps the barrel tight. The only bad thing about it is when I go to switch the barrel from this barrel to the stock barrel, I'm going to have to unscrew it from wherever I screw it in at. I guess it's going to be a bolt that goes all the way across. Another bolt, so it'll be a bolt here, and yeah, I'm not sure, because the wrap should keep it in place a little bit more too. So I don't know, that's just an idea I had. I haven't really put too much thought into it. So I have a little bit more dremeling to do. Pencil right here. You see the trigger, the back of the trigger guard is trying to come out right here, and I need to do a little bit more dremeling in there, on that side and this side, and back here. Yeah, I need a lot to do back here. And that should be it. And what I'm going to do is, once I get everything in there right, like I need it to be or want it to be, then I will, sorry, let me get my arm in there, but get the correct amount or length of the brace that goes in here, so that way it kind of holds that in place. Take this out, lay it back on this board, trace that out from way back there, and I'm gonna do the same. Of course, I gotta clean it up a little bit, but I'm gonna do the same for right back here. Cut a little piece. Clean it up, round it up. Cut a little piece, glue that there, glue this up here, and it kind of looks offset, like the barrel's coming out of the top a little bit, or out of the front, but all in all, I mean, I made it. I can honestly say I made it from scratch. Kind of have a little pride in my work. So yeah, I got a little bit more dremeling to do, and hopefully I'll have it finished tonight, or at least sit in here tonight. And if it's not too late, I'll go ahead and cut this at jigsaw and get this put in place tonight. All right. I think I finally got it done. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Had to get that. I had to get it out of the way because I'm tired of getting the dust all over everything. But come on, there it is. I got it down pretty much as far as I can get it and want to get it. So I can get to the mag release here. I might take this up just a little bit more. On this side, there's the lever for the mag release. So that's still operational. The only bad thing is the trigger is still recessed in there a little bit. I think I'll still be able to get my finger and glove in there. I'll find my glove. Okay. So my glove, I can still get my finger and glove in there pretty well, but it's still a little tight fit. So what I'm going to do is cut this back. I kind of like this notch being here, this notch right here. I kind of like that there. So I'm going to take this around, cut that in the same spot on the other side. Not that much. So still got to Dremel this a little bit because it's about an eighth or maybe an eighth off of the board. So I'm going to Dremel this, which should give me a pretty decent estimate of where I need to drill. I got the biggest drill bit I have. Go at an angle this way. Hopefully it'll go all the way through the first time. I don't have to try to go this way, measure it, the angle and everything, and go the other way, hopefully. So, but yeah, I'm pretty much done with it. So the next video should have these all dremeled out, and I think I'm going to go ahead and cut the board, get the board up here, and I don't know if I'm going to get this in right here tonight. So I don't know that, and I'm probably going to go over it with a fine grit because I did tap it with the Dremel a couple times and just tossing around on the bench. I kind of dinged it up a little bit, so I'm going to go over it with some fine sandpaper again, get all those dings and nicks out of it, and once I get everything glued and done, I'll stain it. Yep, I'll stain it and put everything together and show y'all what it looks like. So I'll talk to y'all before then. That's it.